It's Friday, December 19th. Today, storm aftermath. From power outages to highway closures, we took a look at the ongoing impacts from that blast of winter weather. The Granite Curling Club saga, the plan to rezone a parking lot so a housing development can proceed, clears another hurdle. And later, winning fans around the world, how this baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning. It's Friday, December 19th. 6 days till Christmas, Terry. Little less exciting than we did yesterday. I mean, the drive here was a little less apocalyptic, but...
Wait for it. He doesn't know.
But we are talking Christmas this morning, the last show before the holidays. But how did you spend the rest of your snow day?
Perfectly pleasantly on the couch, watching Christmas movies, did a little Christmas baking like you should do on a snow day.
We kind of had that opposite snow day where everyone else was, you know, kind of waking up to it. We were going to bed to it.
Yeah,
for our naps.
I did have to get home first, so the walk home was interesting, let me tell you.
Well, our Ainsley McPhail, she's at Silo Mission today. They're, of course, preparing for their holiday meal. She's also going to learn about some of the needs they're facing this time of year. And it's always so present when we have that kind of weather we saw yesterday, the needs for the unsheltered people in our community. It's a very important conversation, but as you mentioned, it's not over.
No, it's not over. I mean, what we saw yesterday, that one passed. There's more to come. Just wait. So right now, we're not seeing anything like that. We're waking up and everything looks like it's settled and calm. Minus 26, though it feels like minus 36. So we did slide right on into the deep freeze. In fact, we're already warming up from our coldest temperature last night of minus 29. So if you do have places to be today, I really hope you plug that vehicle in. Winds on the lighter side, thankfully, out of the east-southeast, 15 clicks. The pressure is falling. The humidity is sitting at 77%. But I say it's not over yet, and that's because another round is coming. Well, we're not dealing with much right now. There you can see it all off to the west, and that's going to be rolling right across much of southern and central Manitoba. We've got some blowing snow advisories. In fact, we've got some snowfall warnings. Oh, and then up around the Gillum area, there's a cold warning. But all of us are kind of dealing with the cold this morning. And then, yes, this system, that's going to bring more falling snow, a few more centimeters, but the blowing snow, because while the winds aren't strong right now, they will be increasing throughout the day today. And at times, those winds could be gusting to about 70 kilometers per hour. So maybe not quite as intense of a wind as yesterday, but certainly will notice that breeze in place, and certainly more than a breeze. That will eventually taper off, and then we're going to get back to some slightly clearer conditions for the weekend. It is a little bit cool to kick things. Cool, that's an understatement. It's cold to kick things off this morning, but we're actually in for seasonal temperatures later on this afternoon, headed to a high of 11 degrees, which is normal for this time of year. It will get a little bit cooler, though, as these conditions clear out somewhat. So a little bit brighter for the weekend, a little bit colder, and then we're back up to those seasonal temps with another round of snow on the way for next week, and we could be seeing that precipitation off and on throughout the week.
Well, shovels got used Thursday after that winter storm caused cancellations and closures across southern Manitoba. Highways, schools, and school buses were shut down as police urged people to stay home and off the roads. CTV's Jeff Keel shows us the aftermath.
Snow and a frigid wind hit southern Manitoba Thursday, forcing several closures and cancellations and posing a challenge for drivers and pedestrians who braved the harsh elements.
The wind is a factor. That's what it is.
Environment and Climate Change Canada says the snowfall, combined with a powerful blast of wind, created the blizzard conditions.
We've seen 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, so those are pretty substantial when you combine it with all the fresh snow. That's why we're seeing such reduced visibility.
That visibility forced the closure of highways and roads. RCMP say as of late Thursday morning, they had several dozen calls about vehicles hitting the ditch. Luckily, no injuries were reported.
Visibility is pretty much next to nothing out in the country there, those open areas, open highways. That's usually where the danger is.
Those road conditions are proving a challenge for hydro workers and homeowners in the dark. Hydro says at one point 5,000 customers were without power and restoration times were hard to predict.
Most highways in southern Manitoba are closed. Many roads within the city of Winnipeg are difficult or impassable. So it's difficult or impossible at this point for crews to reach the damage and repair it.
Inside the city, buses were running, but not all of them had a smooth ride. This articulated one on Portage Avenue got hung up and couldn't quite make the turn. Plows were out on the major streets. The city says there could be up to 300 pieces of equipment in use by the time residential neighborhoods are done.
We prioritize our regionals and collectors for emergency services and buses.
And there were other smaller clearing operations as people snowblowed and shoveled their way out.
Gotta keep moving, keep warm.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
School buses were also not running, and with a little warning, all Winnipeg schools were closed. The plan now is for schools to reopen today and have the buses running, but if weather conditions are bad and any cancellations or changes are necessary, parents will be notified. And Winnipeg felt some of the strongest winds during the blizzard, but we certainly didn't see the most snow. According to data shared by Environment and Climate Change Canada, Argyle got the most snow at 19 centimeters, with Pinawa, Verdun and Portage la Prairie coming just behind. Here in Winnipeg, 8 centimeters fell. With winds as strong as 89 kilometers an hour, we were the second windiest spot in the province, along with Gretna. Winds were even more forceful in Altona and Emerson, where they felt gusts as strong as 91 kilometers an hour. Multiple universities and colleges in the province closed their doors or rescheduled exams Thursday due to the blizzard. Many post-secondary institutions canceled classes Thursday, aside from Brandon University, which reopened at noon. Exams were postponed in many cases. A list is up on your screen. Students at the University of Manitoba have had theirs rescheduled for Saturday. The University of Winnipeg and Brandon University say an updated exam schedule will be posted to their websites. A spokesperson for RRC Polytech says its exam season was already wrapped up, but added that any assessment deadlines for Thursday would be postponed. And the blizzard also prompted the city to postpone its waste collection. The city says Thursday's recycling and garbage collection has been postponed to today. And if your collection day is Friday, this week you'll have to wait until Saturday for crews to come by. And a note for drivers, the city's residential parking ban takes effect this weekend. It runs from 7 a.m. Sunday to 7 p.m. Tuesday. That means you'll want to check which zone you're in, as parking restrictions will be shifting over those 3 days. For that, you can head to the city's website, download the Know Your Zone app, or call 311. Also, during that time, the blanket winter route parking ban will be suspended. And a major blow to Premier Francois Legault's government as Quebec's health minister stepped down to sit as an independent. The sudden departure of Christian Dubé deals a significant setback to the CAQ party. His resignation comes after he pushed for a controversial bill to change the way doctors are paid, including basing some of their salaries on performance targets. The Quebec government has since backtracked on some contentious aspects of the deal, which doctors now have until today to vote on. And shoplifters dressed as Santa and his elves were captured on camera stealing groceries.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Police are investigating a group called Robins of the Alleys after $3,000 worth of food was stolen from a Montreal grocery store and left under a Christmas tree in a public square. The group claims the criminal act is a political call to action, denouncing grocery chains that profit off of inflation. And the John F. Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. is being renamed the Trump Kennedy Center.
I was surprised by it. I was honored by it. You know, we're saving the building. We saved the building.
The president fired the center's board members and handpicked the replacements who made the decision. He's also renovating the building. The center was named after JFK 2 months after his assassination in 1963 as a living memorial. And a former NASCAR legend is among 7 people killed in a private plane crash in North Carolina. The Cessna burst into flames, skidding along the runway at a small airport north of Charlotte. The jet had just taken off from that same airport, but turned around and attempted to land. The plane is owned by former NASCAR driver and avid pilot Greg Biffle. His family confirmed Thursday night that Biffle, his wife, and 2 kids were on board and among those killed. There is a lot of technology these days in pants. Montreal-based Azimut Medical has developed pants equipped with airbags. It's a safety feature meant to prevent injury during a fall. The company says its software is what sets these pants apart. It can tell when someone is actually falling as opposed to plopping down on a bed or couch. And a Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit, joining along with her mother's Christmas choir. Just 4 months old, and little Senna has already racked up over 6 million views for appearing to mouth along to the choir's Christmas carols. A fellow singer noticed the infant trying to sing along and recorded the adorable scene. And taking a look at the current traffic situation around Main and Broadway right now, those roads are slick out there. Crews have been working hard throughout the night to clear. If you see that heavy equipment, make sure you're giving them plenty of space and give yourself a little extra time to get around this morning. If you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400. And CTV's Ainsley McPhail is live this morning at Siloam Mission. How you doing, Ainsley?
I'm doing so well, Danny. They're doing their Christmas meal. Last year, they served up over 700 of them, and we're in the kitchen now where the hustle and bustle has already started. I'm not sure folks in Winnipeg quite understand the level of Christmas cheer and joy and comfort that comes from and through this kitchen alone, because they're serving up meals all year round, over 500,000 of them through their pickup or dine in. And the Christmas meal is extra special. They've got 90 turkey breasts, they've got pies donated by the Hutterite Colony, they've got stuffing, and they've got that extra ingredient, Mary Lou, who's the kitchen manager. We're going to be chatting with her at 6:42.
Great work out there, Ainsley, and looking forward to how it all comes together at Siloam Mission. Terry, you're up on the roof, and it's a little bit, I'm sure, cold, but better conditions than we saw yesterday around this time.
Honestly, I think I almost preferred yesterday, and I only say that because of how the positioning of where I am on the roof and being somewhat sheltered by those winds. I know if I was directly in those winds, it would have felt or seemed far worse, but this morning, the cold, you can't escape that, even with a little bit of a wind shelter. The frigid temperatures is what we're waking up to this morning, minus 26, but it feels like minus 36 right now. True, the winds are on the lighter side, so no issue there. They're out of the southeast, and they're only 16 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling. The humidity is sitting at 73%. But yes, it is a very cold start to your morning, dangerously so. No warnings regarding the cold issued through southern Manitoba, although we do have them in place in the far northeast around Gillam. Here in the south, the warnings all have to do with the snow and blowing snow. Blowing snow advisory is in effect for much of southern Manitoba, because while we're not seeing much activity just yet, snow will be moving in and those winds will be increasing. So again, poor visibility is expected, especially in some of the outlying areas. So snow could amount to another few centimeters throughout the day today, up to 10 in fact. And then those strong winds whipping it all around. Mercury, though, that's going to be climbing to a seasonal high of minus 11. Taking a break right now. We'll be back with more on Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather is brought to you by ABC Fire and Safety, your CO2 refill store. How cold Manitoba winters can be. Imagine not having a winter coat, boots, a toque, or mitts, and stepping out into the cold. That's the reality for many kids. But you can change that. Give the gift of warmth. Donate to Coats for Kids.
A plan to rezone land being used by the Granite Curling Club has been approved by Winnipeg City Council, bringing a controversial housing development one step closer to reality. The plan involves rezoning land at 22 Granite Way, land the city owns and leases to the Curling Club. It's hoping to put an 11-story affordable housing unit on the Curling Club's primary parking lot. The curling club's been fighting the city's efforts to approve the development, appealing to the municipal board who ruled in its favor. But the city's legal counsel says it can ignore the board's ruling, a move that's raising concerns for one city councillor.
You can't have the City of Winnipeg as applicant ask the City of Winnipeg legal staff if you can ignore a decision of a regulatory body that goes against the city. That's just way too close for comfort. It's a conflict.
St. Vital councillor Brian Mays says he would have liked external legal counsel to weigh in on the matter, saying he won't be surprised if it goes to court. Trade was front and center as the Prime Minister met with Canada's premiers. The goal, defending our country against President Trump's aggressive trade policies, cutting red tape, and provinces working together instead of against each other. As CTV's Abigail Bimman tells us, it comes as Canada-U.S. talks are still in limbo.
Thank you so much, everyone. Ontario and the federal government sign an agreement to cut red tape for major projects, including the Ring of Fire.
Today's agreement is the last step in our plan to get shovels in the ground this June.
America's jobs and growth are at stake.
The two leaders, though, may still not be on the same page about the controversial Ronald Reagan ad that angered the U.S. president. Watch the Prime Minister's face closely and judge for yourself.
Well, number one, that was the best ad that's ever been run, 12.4 billion views. We wanted to bring it to the attention of the American people.
Mark Carney said Canada had been close to a deal on sectoral tariffs before the ad, and now?
My judgment is that that is now going to roll into the broader CUSMA negotiations. So we're unlikely, given the time horizons coming together, to have a sectoral agreement, although if the United States wants to come back on that in those areas, we're always ready there.
Meanwhile, the United States trade representative told lawmakers what his country wants to see resolved in order to extend CUSMA, up for review next year. Jamieson Greer released opening comments from a closed-door meeting targeting a list of things including Canada's Online Streaming Act and supply management policies that unfairly restrict market access for U.S. dairy products.
We continue to stand by that. We'll continue to protect supply management.
What was really interesting here is that the United States didn't appear to demand a wholesale renegotiation of supply management writ large or the removal of the system.
Trade experts say Greer's comments are positive for Canada in the sense that many American businesses and labor stakeholders are supportive of CUSMA and want to see it extended, even if they're also calling for changes. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
The suspect in the Brown University shooting has been found dead after a tip from the public helped police crack the case.
Law enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
Police say Claudio Neves Valente was a former Brown student and Portuguese national. He was found dead Thursday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside a storage unit. Investigators believe Valente is responsible for both the shooting at Brown and the killing of a Massachusetts Institute of Technology professor. Officials say that professor attended the same academic program as the suspect in Portugal between 1995 and 2000.
But I want to thank the people of Providence for stepping up and coming together during an extraordinarily difficult time.
Police are crediting a person who had several encounters with the suspect for providing a crucial tip in the case. After police posted images of a person of interest, the witness recognized him and told police about the car he saw him driving. That enabled Providence police officers to tap into a network of more than 70 street cameras to gain more information. We also know the suspect entered the U.S. through the Diversity Lottery immigrant visa program in 2017. And U.S. President Donald Trump is now suspending that green card lottery program. Cheese. Is there anything it can't do? Well, a study published in the medical journal Neurology links higher fat cheese and cream to lower risk of dementia. There's no need to overdo it, though. About a third of a cup a day is enough. The study found no similar benefits from low-fat cheese. Researchers say the results could be caused by differences in nutrition. And star receiver Nick Dembski is sticking with the Blue Bombers for 2 more years.
C20, Streffler throwing here.
The 32-year-old has 42 receiving touchdowns and 494 receptions for 6,285 yards in his CFL career. Dembski won 2 Grey Cups with the Bombers, one in 2019 and the other in 2021. The Bombers are also re-signing another 2021 champion, defensive back Dietrich Nichols. Both players were set to become free agents in February. And some road closures to remind you about this morning following the rush. The eastbound curb lane on Broadway will be closed between Hargrave and Smith. The westbound median lane on Goulet will be closed from Youville to Des Buren. Also, the southbound curb lane on McPhillips will be closed between Elgin and William. If you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400.
Traffic is brought to you by Curtis Carpets, Manitoba's flooring experts.
Well, a look outside through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. And you can see the conditions are so much better than what we were dealing with this time yesterday morning. However, it could just be a matter of hours before things are looking pretty much the same. And that's because more snow and strong winds are expected to increase. What you can see just by looking outside is just how very cold it is. And my goodness, you will need all those layers on, waking up in the deep freeze. And minus 26 right now in Winnipeg with similar temperatures all through southern Manitoba. Central Manitoba seems a little bit milder, but northern Manitoba far worse as you're waking up in the mid-minus 30s. We actually have an extreme cold warning in place around the Gillam area. Wind chill values in the minus 40s across parts of the north, but no extreme cold warning is in place here through the south, though it is frigid. For us through southern Manitoba, it's a blowing snow advisory, and for some snowfall amounts. Warning that it could be in excess of 15 centimeters. So there you can see it's coming in from the west this next round, which as it moves in, those winds will be increasing. So we could be dealing again with near zero visibility at times, especially in some of those outlying areas. Those winds expected to increase about midday as the snow settles in. Minus 23 as kids get into the classrooms today. We are expecting the Winnipeg schools to be back in session. Minus 19 through the lunch hour and minus 16 by the time they're coming home. That's still pretty cool, but we continue to rise into the evening around supper time, getting to our seasonal high of minus 11. Now, snow and blowing snow for today, but clearing out for tomorrow and for the weekend. It will come with some slightly cooler temperatures, although back up to those seasonal or even above seasonal temperatures next week. However, we'll be seeing more snow on the way on the other side of the weekend. And I've been waiting for this picture to land in our inbox. Penelope the donkey wishing you all a Merry Christmas. Thanks to Kendall for the photo. Keep them coming, please, to Winnipeg Weather at CTV.ca. We're taking a break right now, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
A Navy sailor is speaking out about his incredible story of survival at sea. He was tossed into the freezing waters off Vancouver Island after a freak wave hit his vessel. What came next was nothing short of a miraculous rescue. CTV's Brendan Strain shares his story.
I knew that I'd either get found or it wasn't my problem anymore.
That's sailor first class Matt Blades, the man who was at the center of an exhaustive search off the shores of southern Vancouver Island a little more than a week ago.
Basically, we were going out to conduct operations outside of Bentic Island to support an RQS-3 course.
Blades was at the helm of the rigid hull inflatable boat on its way back to base when a powerful storm began to pick up steam.
When I came up over one wave, just another wave hit me on the side that I wasn't really expecting, caused me to lose my balance and get thrown out of the boat.
Blades was attached to the boat's kill switch, taking it into the water with him. The other sailor on board couldn't get the boat restarted.
I was trying to swim towards the boat, but that boat just took off like a sail.
That's when the junior sailor who was still on board called for assistance, and a rescue mission was launched. Now alone, floating roughly 2 kilometers offshore in stormy seas, Blades had to focus on survival.
I was sitting there dressed in all black.
That's when ships began arriving.
I had about 16 boats go past me where I thought I could yell at them.
Although nobody could hear his cries for help. After more than 2.5 hours in the frigid, rough waters, Blades began to hear the sounds of air support that had joined the search.
You just start seeing the lights coming up in the sky.
He knew then that it was only a matter of time before he would be found.
And as they were creeping closer, I was like, oh, they're going to find me soon.
He just waved his hand up. He is alive.
They didn't spot me with any of the instruments. It was actually the guy spotted me with his eyeball.
After 3 hours alone, wearing only a PFD and a dry suit, Blades was finally discovered.
As soon as that flare went down, I just started sending kisses up to the helicopter. I was just like, hell yeah, like, good work, boys.
Blades was pulled from the water by the crew of a pilot boat.
I'd say I was anywhere from mild to moderate hypothermia.
Then taken to hospital by a waiting ambulance, where he was checked over. After taking a week off work, the sailor is now back on the job and couldn't be more grateful to those that were responsible for saving his life that stormy day off the shores of Albert Head.
Gratitude? Oh, yeah. Yeah, nothing more. Yeah, the wife, I know, she's especially thankful to everybody, right? There's been a couple tears. When she's been meeting up with some people, she's just so overjoyed that I'm back, and they put in all of their effort to find me.
Brendan Strain, CTV News, Esquimalt.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
Brace yourself for the cold if you're stepping out anytime soon. Minus 26 is where we're sitting right now, though it feels like minus 36. The wind's not even that strong. They're out of the southeast, just 16 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling and the humidity is sitting at 73%. Yes, we slid right on into the deep freeze. In fact, we had dipped as low as minus 29 earlier this morning. We're beginning to warm up and we'll continue to make some gains. In fact, we're in for fairly seasonal temperatures today, but we're also in for another round of snow, and you can see it here on the satellite image. Fairly clear conditions followed that storm from yesterday, but now we're already seeing some clouds building up and the snow not far off. And with that snow will come another round of some strong increasing winds. So snow and blowing snow will likely be factors throughout the day today. Minus 11 is where we're headed for a high temperature. That'll be happening later into the day around supper time or so, but minus 11 is in fact normal for this time of year. So nothing wrong with where those temperatures are headed. It's the conditions with the winds kicking around all that snow and still another several centimeters of snow expected. The snow will eventually taper off as we fall to minus 18, but strong winds will keep kicking it around into the overnight hours. A little more sunshine tomorrow, but some slightly colder temperatures. Minus 16 expected as we're rolling on into the weekend, because it's not just Saturday, Sunday too, and minus 16 with some sunshine. Slightly warmer for the start of next week, comes with another round of snow, and it does continue to warm up on the other side of the week, but we'll probably be seeing more precipitation by then as well.
Thanks, Terry. Those poor conditions are still prompting some southern Manitoba school divisions to cancel classes today. The Lord Selkirk Division has canceled all buses today and all schools are closed. The Red River Valley Division reports all schools are closed. The Evergreen School Division has canceled all buses today and all schools are closed. The Brandon School Division says buses will not be operating outside of the city of Brandon, and Alexander, O'Kelly, and Spring Valley schools are closed. All other schools will be open. And Interlake School Division has also closed all schools. Winnipeg police are asking you to keep your eyes peeled after an officer lost their guns loaded magazine. The force says an officer dropped a loaded magazine for their service pistol somewhere in the Westwood neighborhood earlier Thursday. It's black and contains 17 rounds. Officers continue to search for it. If you happen to find it, you're asked to turn it in at any police station or call the WPS non-emergency line. And a W5 investigation has found Canadians are being aggressively targeted by fake AI-generated videos to invest in cryptocurrency scams. As CTV's Pat Foran tells us, by the time some investors realize it's a scam, they've lost their entire life savings.
How did you feel when they said you're going to have to sell your house to get your money back?
Heartbroken. I was broken into pieces.
A woman we'll call Denise of Markham, Ontario, asked us not to reveal her identity as she is devastated and embarrassed to have lost her life savings in a cryptocurrency scam. In July of 2023, she was on Facebook when she saw a story featuring billionaire Elon Musk saying she could get rich fast.
Millions of users were able to close all their debts in the first week on the platform.
It said that you just have to invest $250. And you get on his platform and you're going to make money daily.
Denise sent $250 to what she thought was Musk's platform. 2 days later, she received what she was told was $30 US in profit. Convinced it wasn't a scam, she was told if she invested more, she would make more.
And they keep calling me and tell me that people are making so much money and that if you put more, and I said, okay.
Denise decided to go all in and took out a second mortgage on her home.
I applied for almost $1 million on the equity in my home. I took it out and I started sending it to them, right? Like $350,000, $350,000.
After investing $1.2 million, she thought it had grown to over $3 million, but when she tried to take money out, she was told she needed to pay taxes and fees. She borrowed another $500,000 from family and friends and maxed out credit cards. In the end, she was scammed out of $1.7 million.
I don't have no retirement saving. Everything is gone.
There are fake AI-generated cryptocurrency videos featuring former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
We have developed an investment platform.
And current Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Make your initial deposit.
You could invest in it for as little as $250.
Donald Handrahan of Charlottetown PEI was online when he saw a story about investing in cryptocurrencies promoted by Dragon's Den. The show currently has a warning online saying it was targeted by a number of fake advertisements on Facebook. Hanrahan started investing with small amounts, but eventually put in everything he had.
I was getting at one point about 10,000 Canadian per day, okay? And it eventually, it added up to $600,000.
When Hanrahan tried to remove his funds, he couldn't and realized he'd been scammed out of the entire amount.
I was, scammed by professional people. That doesn't give you much consolation when you've lost all that money.
According to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, Canadians lost $1.2 billion to investment scams over the past 3 years. That's only what's been reported, so it's expected it's much higher. Most involve cryptocurrencies and fake AI-generated videos.
It's really hard to know what's real now because this technology is so sophisticated now that it's really nearly impossible to know what is real and what is fake in some cases.
Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse?
Oh, it's going to get worse.
Tomorrow, we speak with a crypto investigator who says many of the scams targeting Canadians are coming from Southeast Asia, and there is a shocking reason why the scammers may have no choice but to break the law. Pat Foran, CTV News, Toronto.
Taking a look outside at Portage Avenue near Polo Park, traffic moving. A lot more cars on the road this morning than we saw yesterday. One alert passed along Waverly and Lake Crest. The lights are flashing red in all directions. And if you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400. And taking a look at your gas prices, the Canadian average stands at $1.23. The provincial average is $1.17. In Winnipeg, the average is just below at $1.16, and the lowest price in the city is $1.04 a liter. All this information is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
And Ainsley McPhail is over at Siloam Mission as they prepare for their holiday meal. We'll learn a little bit more about what it takes coming up right away.
Weather is brought to you by Canadian Footwear, helping you find the perfect fit.
All right, yesterday was a wild one, absolutely. But then it ended up improving somewhat into the afternoon, but those temperatures slid right on down into the deep freeze. It was as cold as minus 29 overnight. We've started to make some gains. It's still deep freeze temperature zone, so sitting at minus 26, and it feels like minus 36. And the breeze, that's not even much of a factor, although it does still add to that wind chill value. That wind at the moment is only 16 clicks out of the southeast right now. The pressure is falling and the humidity is sitting at 73%. Clearer conditions that we experienced in the overnight hours, but we're starting to see a few more clouds building up ahead of another round of snow that's going to be moving all across southern and central Manitoba. And Environment Canada is warning of not just some snow amounts that'll be significant in some places, especially off to the west in west central Manitoba, 15 centimeters possibly, but the blowing snow will be a factor for many of us throughout southern Manitoba, with near zero visibility expected once again as those winds increase to about 60 kilometers per hour. Now, it's cold, sure, but we have no cold warnings in place in the south. That's up in northeastern Manitoba, up around Gillam. So many of us are dealing with some less than ideal weather conditions, but we will start to see some improvements as we're looking ahead to the weekend. We've got Ainsley out and about to take our mind off it all. Hey, Ainsley, what are you doing out there and what's going on this morning?
Well, Terry, it's a meal that has to be cooked special, and it has to feel like it would be served for Christmas at home. We're at Silo Mission with our annual Christmas meal. Mary Lou Castro, who's the kitchen manager, joins us now. 90 turkeys, that is a lot.
That is so true. 90 huge turkeys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're prepping now, but the prep has started well before this.
Exactly. Yeah. So we need about a month in advance to do all the prep, especially cutting turkeys, right? We only use the turkey breast for this special meal, and all the dark meat, we use it for any other afternoon meal. Yeah.
And this meal, as I mentioned, is so special. What's on the plate?
Well, we have the traditional turkey, and then we're making our gravy from scratch, and garlicky mashed potatoes. We have the coleslaw that we also use, make from scratch. Everything is from scratch, nothing instant. That makes it special, especially the gravy. And also we have the stuffing, all the bread ends that when we're making toast, we save them, and then I put a little bit of sage in each and every stuffing, so as you can see, they're all made out of love. I hope that my community members feel the love and they have this dinner. That's the intention, that I want them to feel like they're coming home to their family and eating with their family.
And not just today, every single day. A lot of people make this happen year-round.
That's right, yeah. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank all my sponsors for this meal. I want to thank Manitoba Turkeys for providing all the turkeys, and the Crystal Spring for making all that pies for us. But all throughout the years, it's not only one big meal that we serve here, it's 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, including holidays. So I just want to thank all my volunteers, my awesome volunteers. Guys, I cannot sustain this kitchen without them, without their help. They come here, even if it's minus 40, even if there's winter storm outside, they're here. And also all my partners, Burn Brave Farm, thank you very much. And Manitoba Pork.
There's too many people to list, Mary Lou. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm sure you can feel it from the other side of your screen. We've got more coming up in the 7 o'clock hour.
Now we'll look at the early markets this morning. The Dow Jones is showing small losses. The Nasdaq added 82 points. The S&P index gained 12 points. The Canadian dollar is slightly down. The Hang Seng is up 192 points, and the Nikkei jumped 505 points. We're learning another vehicle has gone through lake ice and the driver is still missing. RCMP say it happened Tuesday evening off the shore of Buffalo Point Marina on Lake of the Woods. A 71-year-old man is believed to have driven some 5 kilometers out onto the lake in a side-by-side to check on a fishing shack. Mounties were unable to travel that far out due to conditions, but using a drone they found tracks ending at a pressure ridge. They don't believe he made it out. And that was the second vehicle to fall through ice in our province on Tuesday. The other happened on Cedar Lake in eastern Manitoba. Water safety expert Christopher Love says so far this year, conditions have not been good for ice formation.
But that combination of high winds and snow on top don't allow ice to form really, really well. We want calm conditions that are in the range of like minus 10 to minus 20 Celsius and consistently cold like that for 2-3 days in a row to give you nice, strong, hard ice.
Love says you want to look for ice that looks new, clear, and a deep black or blue. However, he says to keep in mind ice is always unpredictable no matter the conditions. Protesting farmers and police clashed outside the European Parliament. This was the scene in Brussels where one farmer dumped a truck full of potatoes onto the street. Farmers in Europe are angry over a trade deal between the EU and South America. They say cheaper products flooding the market will hurt their bottom line. And some people may prefer to keep their drinking habits quiet, but new guidelines suggest people should talk about them with a doctor. With more, here's ABC News reporter Michelle Franzen.
Alcohol use is one of the leading causes of preventable death in the U.S. And now new guidelines from the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force say doctors should screen all adults and offer counseling to those engaging in risky or hazardous drinking. The guidelines suggest screening includes just a few questions aimed at teasing out potentially unhealthy drinking habits before they turn into bigger issues. Experts emphasize that when it comes to pregnancy, there is no safe amount of alcohol consumption. Even small amounts raise the risk of long-term physical or developmental issues for the baby. As for teens, experts agree underage drinking is a concern too, but they call for more research to understand how to best address it. So at your next medical checkup, consider starting a conversation with your doctor about your relationship with alcohol. These new guidelines call for your provider to be ready to listen. With this Medical Minute, I'm Michelle Franzen.
Some road closures to remind you about this morning. Following the rush, the eastbound curb lane on Broadway will be closed between Hargrave and Smith. The westbound median lane on Goulet will be closed from Youville to Des Moines. Also, the southbound curb lane on McPhillips will be closed between Elgin and William. If you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400.
Minus 26 outside this morning might seem like a bit of a shock to the system. That's actually a few degrees warmer than our coldest temperature overnight. We had dropped as low as minus 29, but we're already on the rise. Still, it feels colder, yet we have a wind chill value of minus 36 with southeast winds that are 16 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling and the humidity is sitting at 73%. Clear conditions overnight, and that's what helped that temperature fall right on down into the deep freeze. There you can see it's still quite clear in areas to the east of us, with the clouds starting to build and the precipitation on its way. Another round of snow moving into much of southern, central, and parts of northern Manitoba. Here in the northeast, it'll remain quite clear, but this is actually where it's going to be the coldest, with the temperatures low to high minus 20s. An extreme cold warning in place around the Gillam area. We're waking up to wind chill values in those high minus 40s once again. Now, here in the northwestern part of the province, you might not be seeing the sunny breaks that northeastern Manitoba will see. Instead, some possibility of, I was going to say showers, not showers, snow showers perhaps, or straight up snowfall. That's what much of anyone along that western border will be experiencing within the next few hours. It might take until about midday before that system begins to make an appearance here in the southeast, but along with the snow will be the strong winds increasing, so snow and blowing snow, and we have blowing snow advisories in effect all across southern Manitoba, and eventually that will be reaching further to the east as well, although it's been looking quite clear first thing this morning in areas to the east of us. Minus 11 is where we're headed today. That's a normal daytime high, but we will drop off a couple degrees for the weekend as the sky begins to clear.
Good morning, Gabby, of course, from Bounce 99.9. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I made it into work this morning. I avoided the ruts as best as I could. And of course, Danny, you know, yesterday we had a situation at Bounce. We had no power. I came into the studio, lights went off, was sitting in the dark, managed to lock myself out of the building. We weren't on air for a couple hours, and I left my coffee inside. So that was my devastating morning and the devastating start to the snow day. How did you spend your snow day?
After work, went home, I had a great nap, grabbed a little food, and just hung out, you know, just kind of the way I'd love any kind of day off, but a snow day makes it a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah, you feel so cozy. I put on my sweatpants. Like the moment I get home, actually that's every day, snow or not. It's like off come the jeans, on go the snow pants. I mean the sweatpants, no snow pants. I'm not wearing snow pants inside. But Danny, our big debate today, because we are into sandwich season here, and I know you are a big sandwich fan. We're gonna have leftover turkey and all the fixins to make sandwiches with. Mayo versus Miracle Whip. Mayo versus Miracle Whip. What team are you on?
Team Mayo, 100% all the way. You?
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is the answer. Miracle Whip, the tangy, whatever their slogan is, I am not here for it. It's a little too sweet, like a mayonnaise, like a lot of mayonnaise, actually. I had a junior chicken last night, but I digress. So that is our big debate today. I'm so happy to hear that you're on Team Miracle Whip. I can report back to Bo. We might get t-shirts. I mean, who's to say? We got a lot of time on our hands. We're going to come on our next hit maybe with a team mayonnaise.
Yeah, if you haven't got me my Christmas gift yet, I will take one of those. Absolutely. Well, happy holidays, Gabby. So nice to chat.
Yeah, you have a great day.
Awesome. Take care.
See ya.
And a Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit, joining her mom in the Christmas choir and winning over fans around the world. Here's CTV's Madison Merrier.
Bernard Lafontaine posted a video for friends and family, and over 6 million views later, she's getting calls from around the world.
Sweden, Italy, there's liaisons from the USA that are working with People Magazine and USA Today. And Brazil has been really, really big because Senna is named after Ayrton Senna.
Little Senna appears to be singing along as the choir performs, and her mother is not surprised as music is a big part of her family's life.
Both my husband and I are very musically inclined, and so are her grandparents and her great-grandparents. So I think probably just from the womb, always hearing music and just being the happy baby that she is, I think music will run in her blood.
Lafontaine said she posted a video of the choir's performance as a preview to their big show.
We go to choir practice together, and she loves it. We bring her little play mat, and she'll just be babbling and cooing. And yeah, she loves choir.
She only noticed Senna cooing after the song was finished, and when Lafontaine watched the video, she thought it was a great reflection of her happy baby.
The video that you're seeing is just literally how she is on a day-to-day basis. We're blessed with a very happy baby.
Lafontaine hopes the video brings people some Christmas cheer and inspires new parents to continue going out and doing the things they love.
I hope that this inspires also some parents that are on maternity leave or that are home with their child to just go out there and do things, and that the community does support bringing your child and not to be afraid and stay home.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
It's Friday, December 19th. Today, a wallop of winter weather. What was the aftermath of Thursday's blizzard? Plus, moving forward, what yesterday's vote means for a controversial housing development. And a dairy discovery. Why it may be good to add more cheese to your diet. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning. Well, Terry, I think we'll all be adding a little more cheese to our diets over the next week with the holidays. So
you clearly don't want your kids to leave home. Stop cooking with cheese.
It's our last show before the holidays. And you're going to be off, and I'm going to be around next week.
Yeah,
but,
we actually don't have a show next week, so we'll remind viewers of that now, that CTV Morning Live is taking a little bit of a break through the holidays. We'll be back the following week. So if you're looking for us next week, Oh, right, Your Morning. Tell them about that. What is the deal with Your Morning? There is a Your Morning.
From
you know what? I obviously spoke when I shouldn't have. I just got something in my ear and I don't actually know. Oh, do we have a best of show? Is that what it is? Yeah, there might be something. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. You just hang tight because we'll find out what's going on. We'll pretend that I didn't say any of that, and we've got something special for you next week. We just might not be here live.
We are getting in holiday mode here, folks. Brace with us. But lots of holiday stuff to talk about
I'm already
today.
on vacation mode. What can I say? Anyway, before we get to vacation, we got to tell them what's coming up weather-wise, right? Because things are going to get a little bit dicey again today. So we can take a look outside and see what's going on. Minus 26, and it feels like minus 36. We've got southeast winds that are 16 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling, and the humidity is sitting at 73%. All right, today, I know it seems like everything has passed as far as that storm goes, but it's about to get more active once again. Minus 26, we just did all of this. So it's cold out there this morning. Minus 29 is where we had dropped to in the overnight hours, but now we're on the rise again. And Again, another round of snow. I know we're just barely getting our heads back up above those snowbanks from what rolled through yesterday, but the next round is coming, and it will come with some strong winds again, even though those winds for now have eased. In areas off to the east, it's still quite clear, but we're seeing those clouds, and here comes the snow, and of course, I mentioned the cold temperatures that we're waking up to this morning as well across the entire province. We will be seeing that activity. It's just going to be a matter of timing and when and who sees what first. So along this western border is where it will begin, eventually pushing into the southeastern side for later on today. But right up along that western border into parts of northern Manitoba, you too could be in for a round of snow. That snow will be whipping around again with some very strong winds increasing. Those winds this afternoon could be gusting to about 70 kilometers per hour. So again, we could be dealing with near zero visibility at times. This all eventually pushes off to the east with some heavier clouds lingering behind it. But for the weekend, it actually clears out nicely and we'll start to see some sunnier conditions again. Temperature-wise, we're in the deep freeze this morning, but we will rise to a high of -11, falling to -18 overnight as it clears out slightly cooler for the weekend. But for next week, we're going to see a slight improvement with those temperatures. We could be seeing some scattered precipitation off and on. And all thanks to Parker, 10 years old, who drew our picture today, which is a Merry Christmas. Terry specifically, but Merry Christmas to all of you. Love this and keep them coming to Winnipeg Weather at CTV.ca.
The Weather Art of the Day is brought to you by 103.1 Virgin Radio.
Poor road conditions are still prompting some southern Manitoba school divisions to cancel classes today. The Lord Selkirk Division has canceled all buses today and all schools are closed. The Red River Valley Division reports all schools are closed. The Evergreen School Division has canceled all buses today and all schools are closed. Brandon School Division buses will not be operating outside of the city of Brandon, and Alexander, O'Kelly and Spring Valley schools are closed. All other schools will be open. Interlake School Division has closed all schools. Garden Valley School Division has closed all schools. Prairie Rose School Division has closed all schools, and Lakeshore School Division has also closed all schools. And in the DSFM, the following schools are closed for today: Gabriel Roy, La Jamaudière in Lorette, Saint-Joachim, Saint-Pierre, Saint-Jean-Baptiste, Saint-Agathe, Sainte-Anne, Saint-Georges, Saint-Laurent, Saint-Lazare, and Laurier. Also in the DSFM, they've canceled bus service for École La Source, as well as Regional Notre Dame, Gilbert-Rozay, Noël Richot, and that's it. Shovels did get their use Thursday after a winter storm caused cancellations and closures across southern Manitoba. Highway schools and school buses were shut down as police urged people to stay home and off the roads. CTV's Jeff Gill shows us the aftermath.
Snow and a frigid wind hit southern Manitoba Thursday, forcing several closures and cancellations and posing a challenge for drivers and pedestrians who braved the harsh elements.
The wind is a factor. That's what it is.
Environment and Climate Change Canada says the snowfall, combined with a powerful blast of wind, created the blizzard conditions.
We've seen 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, so those are pretty substantial when you combine it with all the fresh snow. That's why we're seeing such reduced visibility.
That visibility forced the closure of highways and roads. RCMP say as of late Thursday morning, they had several dozen calls about vehicles hitting the ditch. Luckily, no injuries were reported.
Visibility is pretty much next to nothing out in the country there, those open areas, open highways. That's usually where the danger is.
Those road conditions are proving a challenge for hydro workers and homeowners in the dark. Hydro says at one point 5,000 customers were without power and restoration times were hard to predict.
Most highways in southern Manitoba are closed. Many roads within the city of Winnipeg are difficult or impassable. So it's difficult or impossible at this point for our crews to reach the damage and repair it.
Inside the city, buses were running, but not all of them had a smooth ride. This articulated one on Portage Avenue got hung up and couldn't quite make the turn. Plows were out on the major streets. The city says there could be up to 300 pieces of equipment in use by the time residential neighborhoods are done.
We prioritize our regionals and collectors for emergency services and buses.
And there were other smaller clearing operations as people snowblowed and shoveled their way out.
I gotta keep moving. Keep warm.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
School buses were also not running, and with little warning, all Winnipeg schools were closed. The plan now is for schools to reopen today and have the buses running, but if weather conditions are bad, any cancellations or changes are necessary, parents will be notified. A plan to rezone land being used by the Granite Curling Club has been approved by Winnipeg City Council, bringing a controversial housing development one step closer to reality. The plan involves rezoning land at 22 Granite Way, land the city owns and leases to the curling club. It's hoping to put an 11-story affordable housing unit on the curling club's primary parking lot. The curling club's been fighting the city's efforts to approve the development, appealing to the municipal board who ruled in its favor. But the city's legal counsel says it can ignore the board's ruling, a move that's raising concerns for one city councillor.
You can't have the City of Winnipeg as applicant ask the City of Winnipeg legal staff if you can ignore a decision of a regulatory body that goes against the city. That's just way too close for comfort. It's a conflict.
St. Vital councillor Brian Mays says he would have liked external legal counsel to weigh in on the matter, saying he won't be surprised if it goes to court. And taking a look at the current traffic situation on Osborne, a crash on Sherbrooke in Cumberland is blocking some lanes and causing delays. If you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said late Thursday that Canada will enter into formal discussions with the United States in January when it comes to a review of the free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-US-Mexico trade deal. The announcement came just hours after Carney met with provincial leaders to update them on the trade talks with the U.S. TikTok has reached a deal with a group of investors to form a new joint venture for its U.S. business. This, according to reports about an internal memo. The buyer group will include Oracle, private equity firm Silver Lake, and MGX, an investment firm based in Abu Dhabi. The deal, which TikTok expects to close in January, comes more than a year after Congress passed a law that forced its owner, ByteDance out of China, to divest from its U.S. operations or face a ban because TikTok was deemed a foreign adversary-controlled company. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Our Ainsley McPhail is live this morning at Siloam Mission. Ainsley, you're still in the kitchen. What are you up to over there?
Creating 700 meals. Can you imagine? Just picture 700 Christmas meals going out to those in her community who need it most. And the idea is to make it as traditional as possible and make it feel like a home-cooked meal. So the gravy made from scratch. They've got 90 different turkeys. They're going to be serving up the breasts today. They also are going to separate the meals between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this is going to help so many people in the community. They're already housing so many folks. 1,426 unique individuals at the shelter, 112 housed from the shelter, and 32 at their newest housing facility on Roblin Boulevard. 1,000 volunteers annually here, and about 60% of those are in the kitchen. Now you know where it's coming from. We've got more coming up at 7:27.
Looking forward to it, Ainsley. Thank you. And Terry, you're up on the roof. How are things looking up there right now?
Okay, before weather, I've got clarification on all of that scattered business that I tried to say. Your Morning Winnipeg will be off the air for 1 week on the other side of the weekend. So we're taking a 1 week break. That's it. We're going to be back again on December 29th. If folks are still looking for all of their news updates, you can still tune in because we're going to have our 5 and 6 o'clock news as regular. So you'll find that on Monday just fine, but if you're looking for us on Monday, we're just taking a little bit of a holiday break. So that's what's going on. Thank you. All right. Anyway, to the weather now. I can get into that now that I've cleared up all of that confusion that I started. It is cold out here this morning, but it is beginning to warm up. We were as cold as minus 29, but we're now sitting at minus 25, so that warm up has begun, although it still feels far worse than that. You factor in even that light breeze, 17 kilometers per hour out of the east-southeast, and it feels like minus 36 this morning. The pressure is falling and the humidity is sitting at 73%. The conditions right now are fairly clear, but we're going to see first the clouds and then the snow and then the winds, and then all of a sudden we're in for blustery conditions, just as we saw yesterday with that snow stacking up and near zero visibility at times in some of those open areas, with winds expected to gust to about 70 kilometers per hour. So it will get a little bit dicey. We have blowing snow advisories in effect for much of southern Manitoba. I mentioned the cold, although no cold warnings in place for the south. There is a cold warning in place in the far northeast, up around the Gillum area. Wind chill values in the far north in the mid-minus 40s. So certainly it's even colder throughout northern Manitoba. But even here in the south, nothing to be taking lightly. You do need to throw all those extra layers on and limit your time outdoors. Certainly be safe about it and expect to see another round of snow today.
Weather is brought to you by Garage Masters, your complete garage specialists.
Time now for our question of the day. The holidays are just right around the corner. What's your favorite family photo from the holiday season? And please feel free to share it with us. You can text your answer to 10400. Make sure to follow the automated instructions so we can feature your response. And don't forget to include your name. At Your Morning Winnipeg, we're all about celebrating your amazing pets, furry, feathered, or scaly. Your Pet of the Week submissions have been amazing, and we want to see even more. Whether it's dogs, cats, birds, or any other pet pals, send them our way. Drop your pet photos and a fun little story about them to petoftheweek@ctv.ca. Catch us every Thursday to find out if your pet is our Pet of the Week on Your Morning Winnipeg. And looking out on Osborne, there, traffic moving along on a cold and ruddy road. We'll be right back with more Your Morning Winnipeg. A nonprofit helping Winnipeg's most vulnerable was kept busy during the recent snowstorm.
This kind of extreme weather situation presents lots of challenges for the folks that we serve here at MSP, largely those experiencing homelessness in our city. So, you know, on a day like today and overnight last night, our emergency shelter is really busy.
Cindy Titus with Main Street Project says its emergency shelter, which has 120 spots, has been reaching capacity quickly. She says the project's outreach team has 2 vans on the roads, focusing on connecting people living outside to housing and support services. However, Titus says Thursday's harsh weather made it hard for volunteers to come in.
We offer food bank services every Thursday morning, and it's largely a volunteer-run space, and some of our volunteers couldn't make it in because of the weather. And this is a really critical time because it's when people are getting items for their holiday meals.
Main Street Project is currently looking for more helping hands. Anyone looking to pitch in can visit mainstreetproject.ca. And a new study out of Sweden suggests there could be some unexpected benefits to visiting the charcuterie board at your next holiday gathering. Researchers tracked the diets of nearly 28,000 people over an average of 25 years. Approximately 3,200 developed dementia, but the risk was found to be 13% lower among people who consumed more than 50 grams of high-fat cheese each day. The risk was 16% lower among people who consumed 20 or more grams of high-fat cream each day. The authors say the findings show an association rather than proof that those foods offer protection against dementia, and further research is needed. The study was published in the journal Neurology. And star receiver Nick Dembski is sticking with the Blue Bombers for 2 more years.
Streffler throwing here.
The 32-year-old hometown star has racked up 42 receiving touchdowns in his CFL career. Dembski won 2 Grey Cups with the Bombers, one in 2019 and the other in 2021. The Bombers are also re-signing another 2021 champion, defensive back Dietrich Nichols. Both players were set to become free agents in February. And taking a look at the current traffic situation around Kenaston and Sterling Lion Way. Looks like a fairly smooth drive. It is pretty slick out there this morning, though, so give yourself a little extra time to get to work. And there are crews working on those streets, so make sure to give them plenty of room. You can send your updates to 10400.
Traffic is brought to you by the Children's Rehabilitation Foundation.
Actor Harrison Ford is set to receive the SAG-AFTRA Lifetime Achievement Award. The 83-year-old is known for several iconic characters such as Han Solo, Star Wars to Indiana Jones. Ford will be recognized March 1st during the 32nd Actor Awards, streaming live on Netflix. In a statement, the veteran actor said he was deeply honored by the choice. And Taylor Swift is sharing a sneak peek of the next episodes of her docuseries, offering a behind-the-scenes look at her high-profile Eras World Tour.
One time I trip over the hem of my dress, skid the palm of my hand off. Wasn't late.
The music superstar opens up about some of the logistical challenges in putting together the record-breaking tour. She also shares some moments with special guests who took part, including fiancé Travis Kelce and Sabrina Carpenter. Episodes 3 and 4 of the End of an Era docuseries debut today. And one of Kobe Bryant's most famous pairs of sneakers is heading to auction.
These Kobe 6-inch sneakers came about on December 25th, 2010. Kobe Bryant came on Christmas Day on the court wearing a pair of green sneakers, which for the first time in NBA history didn't match his uniform. So these sneakers have not been seen since that game.
The Nike Grinch sneakers were worn by Bryant just once on Christmas Day in 2010. Each of the shoes is signed by Bryant, and the pair is one of a kind. It's expected they'll sell for more than $10 million. And your primetime Friday lineup begins with Happy's Place at 7. At 7:30, watch Stumble. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune comes your way at 8, and at 9, catch Boston Blue. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
The CTV Primetime lineup is brought to you by Strictly Amish, exclusively in Arborg, Manitoba.
Outside now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. Yesterday, it was a snow globe. This morning, fairly clear conditions, but it is cold this morning, frigid, in fact. These temperatures aren't even the worst of it. So we're sitting right now at minus 25 here in Winnipeg, mid-minus 20s all throughout southern Manitoba, which is already a warm-up from where we were first thing this morning. We had dipped as low as minus 29, but we're already starting to make some gains. Low 20s in the west central, high 20s east central, and then moving up into northern Manitoba, and we're seeing those low to mid 30s. We've got extreme cold warnings in around the Gillam area. No other place under extreme cold warnings, but certainly just know that it is extremely cold, just not quite enough to have prompted those warnings. But wind chill values in the minus 40s across northern Manitoba, and there you can see it's feeling in the mid minus 30s here across the south. And while I say it's been a fairly clear start to the morning after that storm raged through yesterday, we're now beginning to see some clouds, and coming with it will be the snow that's moving just beginning through the southwestern part of the province, but will continue to be tracking all across the south. As kids get settled into the classroom, we're still likely to just deal with clouds here in Winnipeg, but the snow begins and the winds increase, and so we'll have falling snow and blowing snow to be a factor through the afternoon. With the mercury on the rise, we'll get to about minus 16 by the time kids are coming home from school, with an expected high of minus 11 for later on this afternoon. That is in fact normal for this time of year, so seasonal temperatures expected. Coming out of the deep freeze, that's some impressive gains that we'll be making. As it clears out for the weekend, though, the mercury dips a little bit and then rebounds, and we're back to some above seasonal days next week. And it's Penelope the donkey. We get a photo every year, and I've been waiting for this one to arrive in our inbox today. Finally the day. So Merry Christmas, and a big thanks to Kendall for sending this one in to us. Keep the pictures coming, please, to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
If you're looking to spruce up your house, Your Morning Winnipeg has a contest that could help. The Winnipeg Renovation Show runs January 16th to the 18th at the RBC Convention Centre, and we have a few prizes to give away. One grand prize winner will walk away with a $1,000 gift card, 4 tickets to the show with VIP seating, and a meet and greet with Mike Holmes Jr. There's also 3 prizes of $500 gift cards with tickets to be won. To enter, head to our contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and don't forget to enter the keyword HOME. Good luck. And your holiday sniffles could be caused by more than just the cold weather. Your Christmas tree may be the real culprit. With more, here's ABC News reporter Michelle Franzen.
Few people are truly allergic to pine trees, but your Christmas tree could be triggering your symptoms. According to the Cleveland Clinic, real trees sometimes carry mold, pollen, and even tiny critters. So unless you shake out or hose down your tree, you're likely inviting allergens into your living room. Artificial trees can also cause problems. They can accumulate dust in storage. Wipe them down before setting them up, and don't forget to give ornaments and other decorations a good cleaning too. After the holidays, store decor in airtight containers. If you've opted for a real tree, don't keep it too long. Mold spores increase over time. Finally, watch out for fireplaces and scented candles, which can also aggravate allergies. And see an allergist if symptoms linger past the festive season. With this Medical Minute, I'm Michelle Franzen.
And time now for this week's Adorable Adoptables. We begin with 5-year-old Max. He's on the nice list and still looking for his person. Now, Max loves to spend time in the snow and walks well on a leash. Next up is the beautiful Diva. She's affectionate and full of personality. 8-year-old Diva makes every cuddle and interaction feel extra special. And meet this outgoing kitty, Little Caesar. He's always ready for playtime and never says no to a tasty snack. Adopt Little Caesar and let him be the emperor of your heart. If you think you could offer any of these animals a good home, just head down to the Winnipeg Humane Society or give them a call. The number is on your screen. And our Ainsley McPhail is over at Siloam Mission. She's learning about what they need to keep people safe as the temperatures plummet. That's coming up at 7:28. CTV's Ainsley McPhail is at Siloam Mission. Now, it looks like Mary Lou kicked you out of the kitchen, and you're in another spot at Siloam where they're doing such important work for our community. How's it going, Ainsley?
Well, we've headed upstairs, Danny, and 150 of these gifts will be handed out to people who are in need. Margot Ross joins me to tell us all about it. Waking up Christmas morning with a gift when you didn't know you were going to get one. Tell us about how this is all happening.
Well, you saw volunteers downstairs cooking and prepping for breakfast, and they sort donations. But another job that they do that many people don't know about is that we share Christmas presents Christmas morning with all of the folks staying at the shelter, as well as in some of our supportive housing residents, as well as their children. So this, for instance, are the backpacks that will be on the foot of the bed of everyone staying in the shelter Christmas morning. So it includes things like new socks and toques and mitts, as well as hygiene items like toothbrushes, but also some very special touches like these handmade ornaments that were made by one of our volunteers. So this is all put together by volunteers. A lot of the all of the bags as well include Christmas chocolates and treats, candy canes, a handwritten card by a school child, a deck of playing cards, the types of things that we all like to receive Christmas morning. And then, of course, the backpack itself is highly sought after because for folks experiencing homelessness, they may be carrying everything they own in a backpack. So we couldn't do it without our volunteers. We couldn't do it without our donors. So we're able to say to a donor, you know, we need to buy a couple of cases of Pringles for our Christmas gifts. Can you help us out? And donors always step up, as well as with all of the urgent needs. So in some cases, it may be food items, or for the children, toothpaste and toothbrushes, hygiene items, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, new socks, new underwear, all of the things that we probably receive too in our Christmas presents.
We're out of time. I'm so sorry. I know. There's so much to talk about, truly. But really, Merry Christmas and thank you to the donors and volunteers. So many things that we often take for granted during the holiday season.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
So much.
All right, it's -25 out there, so it is a cold start to your morning, but we're on the rise as far as those temperatures go. It still feels like minus 36, though, with winds out of the east-southeast, 17 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling and the humidity sitting at 73%. Clear conditions after that storm raged through yesterday. It actually cleared out in the overnight hours, and we plummeted down to minus 29. So we are already starting to make some gains with those temperatures, but the conditions might only worsen as we continue on through the day. Well, it's been clear through the overnight hours and still clear off to the east. We're beginning to see those clouds, and with them comes the snow. And with those snowy conditions, the winds will be increasing as well. So snow and blowing snow will likely be a factor through the day. Minus 11 is where we're headed, though. That is a seasonal daytime high. So nothing wrong with where these temperatures will eventually get to, even though it is incredibly cold first thing this morning. Falling down to minus 18 overnight, with the blowing snow expected to continue as winds out of the north still gust to about 60 kilometers per hour. But it should be clearing for Saturday and for Sunday as well. Carbon copy days, Saturday, Sunday. The weekend is looking better. A little bit colder, minus 16 is slightly below seasonal. But we're back up into those seasonal or above temperatures for next week. But next week we could also see some off and on scattered snow.
The biggest day for Santa Claus in his entire operation is almost here. On Christmas Eve, he undertakes a massive global gift-delivering journey, and NORAD is set to track his flight once again. Captain Raylan Luxinger, the Public Affairs Officer for the Canadian NORAD region, joins us now to break down some of the logistics behind Santa's fabled flight. Good morning, Captain. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, before we get into this holiday tradition, please share for those who are maybe unfamiliar, what is NORAD?
Yeah, so NORAD is a binational Canadian and American military organization, which is responsible for protecting North American airspace 24/7, 365 days a year.
Now, when did NORAD start tracking Santa, and how does it all work?
Yeah, so it's a fun story of how this came about. So 70 years ago, back in 1955, a child actually grabbed a number off of the Sears catalog, hoping to speak with Santa. This child misdialed the number and got through to a colonel of NORAD's predecessor at Continental Air Defense Command. And this colonel, to his surprise, was speaking to a child who was asking where Santa was. And ever since then, NORAD has continued to add the mission of tracking Santa to its operations on December 24, and we continue this tradition every year.
I understand something like 100,000 calls come in every year to NORAD. So on Christmas Eve, how can families get updates on Santa's location?
Definitely, we do get a lot of calls every year on Christmas Eve. There are several ways that you can learn about Santa's location on Christmas Eve. You can go to our website, which is noradsanta.org. And for the first time ever, we have web-based calling. So you can call from the web, or you can dial 1-877-HI-NORAD, where you will be able to be put through to an operator. However, due to the high demand, you may not be able to speak to someone, but rest assured, you will receive real-time Santa's location.
Looking at these pictures here, it looks like the NORAD staff just has so much fun with this. Now, how has the technology evolved over time from 1955 till now?
Technology is always progressing and advancing, but ultimately, the systems that NORAD uses on a day-to-day basis are the same systems that they use to track Santa on Christmas Eve. And even though technology advances, those systems remain the same. That is our network of radars, our satellites, and of course, military aircraft.
And for NORAD, what does it mean, on Christmas Eve to get these calls, to get kids excited and engaged with the work you folks do and keeping this tradition alive for so long?
It means everything. It is a giant effort that goes into keeping this tradition alive and making this initiative a success. Thousands of Canadian and American uniform members, civilian employees, and members of the Colorado Springs community all come together, donate their time and their services in order to make this a success. And it really just fills us with joy in order to provide the holiday cheer and magic to families and children around the globe.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Captain, and good luck on the mission next week. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you for having me.
Some road closures to remind you about this morning. Following the rush, the eastbound curb lane on Broadway will be closed between Hargrave and Smith. The westbound median lane on Goulet will be closed from Youville to Desmurin. And also the southbound curb lane on McPhillips will be closed between Elgin and William. If you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400. And taking a look at your gas prices, the Canadian average stands at $1.23. The provincial average is $1.17. Here in Winnipeg, the average is just below at $1.16, and the lowest price in the city is $1.04 a liter. All this information is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your car today.
It is a brisk minus 25, feeling more like minus 36 outside right now. Your news, weather, and traffic is next on CTV Your Morning Winnipeg.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
Well, happy Friday. What a gorgeous sky to be waking up to. You can see a few extra clouds that have started to move in, but the glow behind them is looking good, although we might not see that for much longer. Those clouds will continue to increase, and we'll see another round of snow today. It's minus 25, but it feels like minus 36 right now with those winds factored in. Out of the east-southeast, they're 17 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling, and the humidity is sitting at 73%. Still waiting for the sun to rise, so it is on the darker side right now, but we're not going to be seeing much of that sun today because the next round of snow, I know we're barely getting our heads above the snowbanks from the last round of snow yesterday. The snow, the blowing snow, it was so very wicked. We could see those conditions developing once again this afternoon. It was clear, but now these clouds are moving in, and here's the snow with it all through the southwest. You can see it's starting to track right along those two major highways, the number 1 and the Yellowhead, all across southwestern Manitoba and into the southeast for later on today. So we will be seeing that across southern Manitoba, but the cold is an issue across northern Manitoba. Gillam under an extreme cold warning. Wind chill values pushing into the mid to high minus 40s this morning. It will be a little bit clearer in the northeast, not the case in the northwest. You'll see those clouds increasing and perhaps some snow for later on today. The temperatures might be just a couple degrees warmer in the northwest than what you'll be seeing in the northeast, where that extreme cold warning has been issued. Across southern Manitoba, it's a blowing snow advisory, and for some through the more west central part of the province, snowfall warnings as well. That snow could really be stacking up in excess of 10 to 15 centimeters. And here in the southeast, we too are expecting a few centimeters of snow, but the winds that are really going to be kicking it around later on today, so creating a bit of that snow globe effect once again. And the temperatures, nothing wrong with them. They're actually going to climb to more seasonal values today, but then it's going to clear out overnight, and for tomorrow, and we're going to drop a few degrees from those seasonal temperatures. So a little bit cool, but brighter for the weekend. Next week, we'll see some slightly warmer days, but we could be seeing some snowy days all over again.
Ainsley McPhail is over at Siloam Mission this morning. She's back in the kitchen. Are you helping out with some pies or some turkey breasts or what? What are you up to now, Ainsley?
You know what, Danny, if we were a band, I'd be the one telling the public to volunteer at Siloam Mission. We all have roles. Mine's just not doing anything specific in the kitchen. Julianne Aitken joins us now. She's the interim CEO. Tell us about how special this Christmas meal is every year.
Yeah, every year we have so many volunteers and so many donors who contribute to make this meal amazing. So we've got hundreds and hundreds of people who are going to come and be fed today, and we've got the turkey producers of Manitoba who have graciously donated so that everybody has a seat at the turkey table, is what they like to say. So yeah, there's lots of energy, there's lots of work. It takes months and months of planning to get this and pull it together, but it's a lot of fun.
When it comes to the broader strategy, it's not just about one meal making them feel special, although that is so important. What is the landscape of that right now in Winnipeg?
So right now we find ourselves in an extreme housing deficit, and I think that the federal government, provincial and municipal, we all understand this. So one of our strategies is that, of course, we always want to meet emergency needs for folks and have meals and shelter, but we really want to get to the root of some of this, which is housing. So we're moving into, we've got a 10-year strategy, and that's what we really want to focus on, increasing the housing stock, affordable housing for people in need, so that we can move people from shelter, from homelessness into housing, and housing with supports as they need it.
Of course, these things aren't going to be changed overnight, but with looking into 2026 as part of that 10-year strategy, what's next?
So what we're really focusing on is how can we collaborate really well with the different levels of government on the needs that we know are most immediate. So there's some things that have changed in our society. We know that there's a lot of need for folks who are experiencing unused substances, and so how to support folks into detox and support people into recovery programs. And we actually already offer a 20-unit recovery space for folks. So we want to really move into that space as well, because we know that that can be a contributor to why people experience homelessness.
Thank you so much. And you know what? It all starts with a Christmas meal. Thank you guys so much for coming out this morning. I also understand, too, there's going to be some live music. How special. We'll see you at 8:06.
Whether you see Christmas shopping as a chore or a reason to cheer, with less than a week to go until Christmas, many are simply finding it tougher to get the job done and stay on budget. CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports.
For Chino Izaguirre, holiday shopping comes with a reality check.
Things are expensive. Yeah. Things are probably overpriced.
He still has a few items left to buy, knowing it won't be cheap.
I just know to save up around this time. And then I know it's going to be a little dent in the wallet, but hey, it's Christmas. Christmas is always expensive.
But some shoppers are way ahead of the game, done weeks early and shopping sales.
I mean, I sort of pick up things throughout the year, and we don't lose our minds at Christmas time.
The way some people shop is changing as they look for savings.
I was shopping online at first, and now I was like, okay, it's going to be cheaper to come and get it in person than doing it online. So found the stores, saw that they had them available here at Bayshore, and was like, okay, let me come and do some quick shopping.
Experts say the in-person experience still matters.
The in-store experience is still important because it's allowing the shopper to see the variety of available merchandise there in the store that's well curated, available, and discounted.
The Retail Council of Canada says this year, the average Canadian adult plans to spend just under $1,000 on holiday gifts.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, you try to buy on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, but it still doesn't cut it.
There are plenty of sales this holiday season, but some say the discounts aren't deep enough.
The cost is crazy, particularly because I have a 15-year-old daughter. So, the things that she's asking for are like $100 a pop.
What do you do to try to save money?
This time of year?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't.
And though some of the sweetest traditions still come with a price tag, for Mom, it's worth it.
It is a Christmas tradition and one of her favorite treats. So it's something that we always like to get her, and she loves the little Lindt chocolate balls.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Let's see who's celebrating a milestone today. Happy 7th birthday, Jackson. Love from all your family. Happy 8th birthday, Zachary. Enjoy your birthday party with lots of love from Grandma. Happy birthday, Marshall. Love from Janet. Happy birthday, Brad, with love from Amber. Happy birthday, Adrian, with love Mom and your family. Happy 4th birthday, Chloe. Lots of love coming from Mommy, Daddy, and all your family. Happy 37th birthday, Tanya. Love from Mom, Dad, Brother Devin, and your daughters, Taylin and Avery. Happy 6th birthday, Emily. Love Mom, Dad, and Eva. Happy 18th birthday, Evangeliste. I hope you have a good day, darling. Love from all your family. Happy birthday, Ken, from Jim, Bob, and Dragon. Happy 70th birthday, Debbie. Love from all your family. And happy 35th anniversary, Rod. I thank God every day for giving me you, from your loving wife, Jennifer. To submit your milestone, visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form at least 2 days in advance. It will also enter you into our monthly contest for a chance to win a $100 gift certificate to Party Stuff. And just a reminder that CTV Your Morning Winnipeg is taking a break all next week, but please keep sending us your milestones, and we will resume airing them when we return on Monday, December 29th.
Milestones is brought to you by Party Stuff. 3 Winnipeg locations and at partystuff.ca. Weather is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Open late, ready when you are.
All
All right, we're sitting at minus 11 right now. That is our expected, no, pardon me. That's our expected high for today, which is normal for this time of year, so no problems there. The pressure is going to be dropping throughout the day today. Those high temperatures last year, minus 14.5, that is a little bit below seasonal, not far off, but nowhere near that record. That record is a bit of a shock for this time of year to be up at 5 degrees all the way back in 1923. 5 degrees this time of year, and then suddenly this morning, we are so far from that. We've got wind chill values that are a bit of a shock to the system. Minus 25 is where we're sitting right now, but it feels like minus 36. Those winds, they're not even strong, but it doesn't take much when the temperatures are as cold as they are. 17K wind out of the east-southeast with the pressure falling and the humidity sitting at 73%. So around the province today, we've got a number of warnings or advisories that Environment Canada has issued. In the far northeast, it's an extreme cold warning. That's up around the Gillam area. You're waking up with some wind chill values in those mid to high minus 40s. Here in the south, it's snowfall amount warnings. That's for west central Manitoba, and blowing snow advisories all across southern Manitoba. And I know right now it doesn't look like we're seeing much at all. Clear conditions following that storm from yesterday, but another system moving through, and that's going to bring some snow and some very strong winds that'll be increasing through the day. So snow and blowing snow, and as a result, that blowing snow advisory that has been issued by Environment Canada. But still, the temperatures will be on the rise. As cold as it might be this morning, we're headed to a seasonal high of minus 11.
There's only a few shopping days left before Christmas, and if you're scrambling for some last-minute gifts, we know just the place. And if you're done your shopping but looking for something fun to do with the kids, you're in luck too. It's all happening at Food Trip Market's Magical Christmas, taking over Red River Exhibition Place this weekend. Joining us now is Food Trip's founder, Lourdes Federis. Good morning, Lourdes.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, the holiday season is a busy time for everyone, and you've kind of created a sort of one-stop shop. How did this idea come together?
Well, you know, winter in Winnipeg can be very magical, as you know, but it can also be extremely cold. So what we thought about, why can't we have something indoor, like bring all together what we love during Christmas, which is, you know, shopping, kids, like rides for kids, movies, Christmas movies. Let's do stuff that we enjoy all in one roof, in a warm environment where you can stay the whole day if you want, you know, tire all the kids, and still do a little bit of shopping.
Now tell us about some of the vendors that are going to be there this weekend.
Oh, so we have over 40 vendors, like 45 to be exact, and it's a combination of food, makers. We have lots of, we also have some K-pop stuff if you're still want to get those little things for our friends and family. Different kind of a variety of makers that are there to really, so we can really support.
Now, families are always looking for activities, especially with kids heading into the holiday break. What kind of things can they do there?
Oh, there's so much. So we have 5 indoor rides, and our main attraction is the carousel, which is very nostalgic, not just for the little kids, but also for parents, for young at heart. And we have like we have bouncy castles, we have movies too. So it's really a lot of things that everybody can enjoy.
You mentioned movies. I'm a big Christmas movie fan. I'm going through my whole list right now. What are some of the movies you guys are screening this weekend?
Well, we're doing Elf. We're doing, of course, our Home Alone, and a lot of classic movies that, you know, we can now sit with. Because usually before the holiday, everybody's in a rush. Nobody had the time to sit down together. So this time you can sit with your families while your little kids are jumping around and riding, and then you can just have that popcorn moment with your friends and family.
And so why is sharing the magic of Christmas so important for you?
Well, you know, for me, the magic of Christmas is really in our heart. Like, it's not necessarily the blings, the presents. It's really spending that time with your family and everyone that's close to your heart, or even not, your family doesn't have to be blood related. Like, we're in Winnipeg, sometimes we're far away from home, and anybody that is close to your heart becomes a part of your family, and that moment that you spend with them is truly magical.
So it's all happening at Red River Exhibition Park tomorrow and Sunday. What do people need to know before they come down?
So Tickets are available at Eventbrite, or they can also get it at the door. And also as a special holiday bonus, this is only exclusive for our guests that coming to the Magical Christmas, you can get $10 off at the Winter Wonderland.
Awesome. So again, Red River Exhibition Park. What hours are you guys open Saturday and Sunday?
We're open 12 to 9, both December 20 and December 21st. So that's Saturday and Sunday.
Awesome. Well, hopefully it's a magical Christmas for everyone, and hopefully they have those roads cleared heading into the exhibition park.
I'm sure they will. It's going to be a busy weekend in that area. So yeah, we're all excited and looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Lourdes, and happy holidays.
Same to you. Thank you.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we head to Buffalo, where the Sabres were hosting the Flyers. Rasmus Dahlin cutting towards the net, drops it between the legs of Tage Thompson, who waits and then scores. Dahlin with a beautiful pass to find the wide open man. Thompson gonna do the rest. He's now scored in 5 straight games, and Buffalo winning their 4th in a row. Big night in Buffalo. It is your must-see moment from Thursday. And coming up tonight on TSN, we got some college football playoffs for you. First round, Bama taking on Oklahoma. Kickoff for that one is set at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
The TSN Must-See Moment is brought to you by Super Blinds, helping your home get holiday ready with Blinds by Hunter Douglas.
It's Friday, December 19th. Today, weather warnings. Storms batter provinces across the country with snow, wind, and freezing rain as crews work nonstop in Manitoba. Plus, hydro bill loss. Manitoba's power utility posts major losses and signals higher costs could be coming. And TikTok goes glam. Viral videos get the red carpet treatment at the platform's first awards show. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Winnipeg. Good morning, Manitoba. It's Friday, December 19th, our last show before taking a week off for the holidays. Looking forward to that, Terry?
Vacation time? I'm always looking forward to that. No alarm clock? Hello.
And today, of course, we're talking all about Christmas. It's less than a week away. Are you done all your shopping?
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty well prepared for the holidays. I'm headed out this afternoon to see some family, so I'm ready to go.
Awesome. And Ainsley McPhail is over at Siloam Mission. She's learning about, some of the work they're doing as they prepare for their annual holiday meal. And this hour, we're going to hear from some opera singers singing Oh Holy Night. And
nice.
Your Morning Winnipeg tradition later in the show. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Now it's the hours before yet another storm on the way.
I know. Isn't this just the thing? And I said I'm hitting the highway today, so I'm actually going to try and beat that storm. Another round. I know we saw it yesterday. It was a nasty one yesterday. The winds, the snow, the blowing snow, of course, that was the bigger issue. And that could be the bigger issue once again today. Minus 25. That sky is gorgeous that we're waking up to right now. It is cold, though. You're going to notice these temperatures a lot colder than they've been. It cleared out yesterday after that storm, and those temperatures plummeted overnight. We fell as low as minus 29, but we are starting now to make some gains. A bit of a breeze out of the east-southeast, 17 kilometers per hour, and as a result, that minus 25 actually feels more like minus 36. The pressure is falling, the humidity sitting at 73%. Now, it had cleared out, but we're starting to see a few more clouds back again. You can see off to the east, still looking clear, but we're now seeing those clouds, and southwestern Manitoba is already seeing the snow. Throughout parts of northern Manitoba, you might enjoy a clearer sky. The very northeastern part of the province, things will remain a little bit clearer there. But here through southern Manitoba and central Manitoba, the snow will be moving in. The winds will be increasing, snow and blowing snow to be an issue, and advisories have been issued regarding that blowing snow. All through southern Manitoba, Environment Canada has gone ahead and issued not just the blowing snow advisories, but an extreme cold warning up in the northeastern part of the province, in around the Gillam area. Now, we fell off into the deep freeze last night around minus 29, but we will start to make some gains rains and we'll actually end up at about seasonal temperatures today. But the snow will be an issue throughout the day today, pushing off to the east later on and clearing out for the weekend. So we'll start to see some brighter conditions for the weekend, but some slightly colder temperatures both Saturday and Sunday, slightly below seasonal in fact. -11 is normal for this time of year, and that's where we're headed today. But as it clears, temperatures falling off a little bit more. Now next week is looking for the most part milder, a little bit cooler on Tuesday, but other than that, seasonal or above. However, it does look again like we're going to be seeing some scattered snow off and on throughout next week. And our art today is all thanks to 10-year-old Parker, who took a sick day last week and drew this one for us. So thanks for that, Parker. Keep the pictures coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
The Weather Art of the Day is brought to you by 103.1 Virgin Radio.
Winnipeg police are asking you to keep your eyes peeled after an officer lost their gun's loaded magazine. The force says an officer dropped a loaded magazine for their service pistol somewhere in the Westwood neighborhood early Thursday. It's black and contains 17 rounds, and officers continue to search for it. If you happen to find it, you're asked to turn it in at any police station or call the WPS non-emergency line. There are weather warnings across the country today with active weather in all 10 provinces.
This is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
This was the scene yesterday here in Manitoba. Heavy snow, chilling wind, and a deep cold. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power and clear roadways in the province, but are asking for patience. Across the country, there are blizzard, rainfall, and even flash freeze warnings in place this morning as the storm moves into Ontario and Quebec. And multiple universities and colleges in the province closed their doors or rescheduled exams Thursday due to the blizzard. Many post-secondary institutions canceled classes Thursday, aside from Brandon University, which reopened at noon. Exams were postponed in many cases. A list is up on your screen. Students at the University of Manitoba have had theirs rescheduled for Saturday. The University of Winnipeg and Brandon University say an updated exam schedule will be posted to their websites. A spokesperson for RRC Polytech says its exam season was already wrapped up, but added that any assessment deadlines for Thursday would be postponed. Manitoba Hydro is looking at rate increases to offset significant losses related to drought and wildfires. The Crown-owned utility is reporting a net loss of $293 million for the first 6 months of the 2025-26 fiscal year. That equates to more than double the net loss of $123 million it reported in the same period for the year before. It says ongoing dry conditions have meant lower water levels, and wildfires have also required infrastructure replacements and repairs. Manitoba Hydro says it could be looking at its biggest financial loss in years once the fiscal year ends in March, and is asking the Public Utilities Board for rate increases of 3.5% in each of the next 3 years. And top creators on TikTok are now being recognized with its first ever TikTok Awards.
I love watching award shows with my family, so being a part of one has been nothing but just amazing.
Food reviewer Keith Lee won Creator of the Year. Video of the Year went to Bretman Rock for this clip with his chickens. Other categories include Storyteller of the Year and Live Creator of the Year. And taking a look at the current traffic situation on the Provencher Bridge, not a lot to see out there. Those roads, crews have been plowing all night. They may be a little slick, so make sure you're giving yourself enough time to stop and probably head out a little earlier than usual. And if you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400.
Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Open late, ready when you are.
And Ainsley McPhail she's at Siloam Mission this morning. She's been in the kitchen. She's been helping pack up some backpacks for some of the folks that access Siloam Mission. What are you up to now, Ainsley?
Well, we're in the clothing room, Danny, and it is really hard to fathom what it would be like on a day like yesterday to be outside and not feel like you have any options. So Kendall Gilk is joining us. So many people donate winter wear. Tell us a little bit about what's needed right now.
So we go through, we host 100 clothing appointments every single day. We host 12 shower appointments and 20 laundry appointments every single day. So you can imagine the amount of volume that we go through in terms of clothing and socks and hygiene and mittens, especially on a day like yesterday, today, on a day where we are seeing a really high level of need. And so we, for example, 120 socks takes care of our community for one day, every day. So you can imagine the level of need, especially when we're looking at things like frostbite, extreme temperatures, extreme weather.
And it can be gently used. It doesn't need to be bought brand new. So if someone even has a pair of socks at home, they can donate that.
Absolutely. Brand new. We love that. It supports local business. But if it's clean and doesn't have holes in it, we'd love to take that off your hands.
You mentioned the urgency. A day like yesterday, I'm just going to go back to, because I really am trying to picture it. How urgent is the need in a place like Winnipeg?
Extreme to the max. It's extreme to the max on a regular winter day, let alone a day like yesterday. With the temperatures we saw, the inaccessibility of roads, we saw people show up with no shoes, no winter jacket. The cause of, or the things that led up to that, I'm not sure, but the reality is that we saw frostbite, we saw hypothermia, we saw the things, the outcomes can be extreme, and we don't know the full extent of it until we see those people show up at our doors.
And we, the public, don't know the full extent of it until we have a conversation with someone like you who can really fill in the gaps and really explain it. Thank you so much. They're hosting their Christmas meal today. They do this every single year. It truly is a special organization.
Just speechless, Ainsley. Thank you so much. A Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit, joining her mom in the Christmas choir and winning over fans all around the world. Here's CTV's Madison Merrier.
Bernard Lafontaine posted a video for friends and family, and over 6 million views later, she's getting calls from around the world.
Sweden, Italy, there's liaisons from the USA that are working with People Magazine and USA Today. And Brazil has been really, really big because Senna is named after Ayrton Senna.
Little Senna appears to be singing along as the choir performs, and her mother is not surprised as music is a big part of her family's life.
Both my husband and I are very musically inclined, and so are her grandparents and her great-grandparents. So I think probably just from the womb, always hearing music and just being the happy baby that she is, I think music will run in her blood.
Lafontaine said she posted a video of the choir's performance as a preview to their big show.
We go to choir practice together, and she loves it. We bring her little play mat, and she'll just be babbling and cooing. And yeah, she loves choir.
She only noticed Senna cooing after the song was finished, and when Lafontaine watched the video, she thought it was a great reflection of her happy baby.
The video that you're seeing is just literally how she is on a day-to-day basis. We're blessed with a very happy baby.
Lafontaine hopes the video brings people some Christmas cheer and inspires new parents to continue going out and doing the things they love.
I hope that this inspires also some parents that are on maternity leave or that are home with their child to just go out there and do things, and that the community does support bringing your child and not to be afraid and stay home.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
A look now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. Well, if that story didn't put the smile on your face, that sky certainly might. How gorgeous is it looking outside this morning? Now, here's the thing about it. It might look good. It doesn't feel good. Incredibly cold. We slid into the deep freeze after that storm passed through yesterday and dropped as low as -29. We are already making some gains now, sitting at minus 24 here in Winnipeg. Similar temperatures all throughout southern Manitoba. A little bit milder here through west central Manitoba, slightly colder over on the eastern side of the province, but further into the northeast, right around the Gillam area, this is where there's an extreme cold warning that Environment Canada has issued. Not only are your temperatures absolutely frigid, but you've got wind chill values in the mid-minus 40s right now. So for northern Manitoba, all of those extra layers required. Here through the south, our wind chill values aren't much better. I mean, better, I suppose, than mid-minus 40s, but mid to high minus 30s right now. Fisher Branch feeling like minus 40. So we too need to bundle up and exercise all of those precautions when it comes to the extreme cold. Still clear off to the east, but that will be changing. This system is bringing another round of snow, and expect the winds to be increasing. So it won't just be snow, but blowing snow will be a factor throughout the day today. It's not a problem just yet. We're just dealing with these clouds as kids get settled into the classroom. By about lunchtime, snow and blowing snow, and that'll continue then through the afternoon. Mercury will be on the rise. In fact, we'll probably eventually make it to a seasonal high of minus 11, but then it will be clearing out overnight and for tomorrow. A brighter weekend ahead, but a slightly colder weekend. Next week, the mercury bouncing back up again, save for one day on Tuesday following Monday's snow, but we could be seeing that snow off and on throughout next week. So just keep in mind that it might clear out for the weekend, but more shoveling waits for us on the other side of that. We're taking a break, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said late Thursday that Canada will enter into formal discussions with the United States in January when it comes to a review of the free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-US-Mexico trade deal. The announcement came just hours after Carney met with provincial leaders to update them on the trade talks with the U.S. TikTok has reached a deal with a group of investors to form a new joint venture for its U.S. business. This, according to reports about an internal memo. The buyer group will include Oracle, private equity firm Silver Lake, and MGX, an investment firm based in Abu Dhabi. The deal, which TikTok expects to close in January, comes more than a year after Congress passed a law that forced its owner, ByteDance out of China, to divest from its U.S. operations or face a ban because TikTok was deemed a foreign adversary-controlled company. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Music is such an integral part of the holiday season. Can make us a little more festive and cheerful, and it can invoke memories of Christmases past. And this morning we have a very special performance. We're going to hear one of the most iconic songs of the season. I'm joined now by opera singers Geneva Halverson and Stephanie Schmid. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so excited to be here.
Now, you were both born and raised in East Kildonan. You studied musical theater and dance together, but life took you apart. Stephanie, how did your shared love of music bring you back together?
Yeah, it was in the space of COVID, actually, that I had a little more time to myself and was connecting through people a little bit more online. And Geneva was looking to offer coachings. And I hadn't sung in a while at that time, but I really missed being in connection with that part of me. So we reconnected, and she took me on as a student right away, and we've been singing together ever since. So it's been about 5 or 6 years now.
And Geneva, you both sung with both the Manitoba Opera Company and Manitoba Underground. Tell me a little bit about the opera scene here in Winnipeg.
It's very close-knit. It's very exciting. You never know who's going to be in an audience and kind of go up to you and be like, we're interested in you to be in the next show or something like that. There's a lot of networking involved. But great communication, which is how also, Stephanie and I got to be reintroduced to each other. Yeah.
There's definitely an opera community that we're both part of.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, what song are you guys singing this morning?
We're going to sing a classic, Oh Holy Night.
And Geneva, why did you guys choose this song?
Why did we choose it?
I mean, we both have a love for Christmas music, deep down.
Very deep down. Said if we're going to release an album, it's going to be a Christmas album first, and then we'll do other things.
Awesome. Well, say no more. This is Oh Holy Night.
Okay, thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, holy night, the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
How beautiful is that? Exactly what we need to take our mind off the weather, which has been less than ideal the last couple of days. Yesterday, it was that snow globe, those nasty conditions. And now today, it's clear, but it is so much colder yet. And it's not going to stay clear. We're in for those nasty conditions again later today. We had dropped as low as -29 overnight, but we're making some gains now, sitting at -25. And the winds are lighter, only 20 clicks out of the southeast, but still that's making it feel like -36 right now. Its pressure is falling, pardon me, and the humidity is sitting at 70%. And soon to be falling will be another round of snow coming in through the southwest. We're already seeing it in southwestern Manitoba, and it's going to be tracking into the southeastern side as well. With that snow coming will be the winds increasing, and as a result, falling snow and blowing snow. And blowing snow advisories have been issued all across southern Manitoba. That's from Environment Canada, and even some snowfall amount warnings through parts of west central Manitoba. So could be seeing the snow stacking up in some places as well. The extreme cold warning has been issued only for the Gillam area in the far northeast, but I promise you it's extremely cold this morning here in the south as well. However, we will be making some gains, headed to a high of a seasonal -11. And yes, we'll get some snow and some blowing snow for today, but that system will pass again. And for the weekend, things are looking a little bit clearer, a little bit brighter, a little bit colder, but only by a few degrees. And we get this picture sent, or one from Penelope the donkey, sent every year. Actually, it's coming from Kendall. Penelope just posed for the picture. Keep the photos coming, please, to Winnipeg Weather at CTV.ca.
Weather brought to you by the Winnipeg Humane Society. From all the dogs, cats, and critters, thank you for your kindness.
We all know just how cold Manitoba winters can be. Imagine not having a winter coat, boots, a toque, or mitts, and stepping out into the cold. That's the reality for many kids. But you can change that. Give the gift of warmth. Donate to Coats for Kids.
For Sport Manitoba today, and Dustin Eyre is the Kids Sport Manitoba coordinator, talking about some great gift ideas, perhaps, if you still have someone on your list that maybe has everything. And then what do we get them? Let's talk about the gift of sport.
Yeah, what we're really looking for people to do this year is give the gift of sport. We have many kids in Manitoba whose families are facing financial barriers that would love to play sports in 2026. And what we're looking for people to do is donate to our Give the Gift of Sport campaign. We have a goal to reach about $50,000. That goal was wonderfully supported by our great friends at Jim Pattison Subaru on Region, Jim Pattison Subaru South, who have already matched up to $10,000 in donations. So we're currently sitting just over $32,000 raised. So we have a ways to go. We still need your support.
Okay, so while we're asking for their support, let's talk a little bit about what Give the Gift of Sport really means. You mentioned, I mean, there's a lot of kids out there that would love to play sports. What kind of sports are we talking about? What kind of families are we talking about?
Yeah, so basically we support all families who are facing financial barriers. When we're talking about giving the gift of sport, what you're really giving is a child's ability to play. Every child deserves the right, has the right and the ability to play sport, learn wonderful life skills like how to create and achieve goals, how to overcome losses, how to become a team member. And that's what you're giving. You're giving kids in Manitoba, in our community, that ability, that chance. Without your support, they're just left on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, we've talked a lot about what it brings out in a kid when they're part of a team or part of a sport. And I mean, what it kind of unlocks in them, right? And so all of that, that's the kind of gift that your donation can give. So you talked that there's still a ways to go because there's a number of families that we still want to serve, and we want to make sure that everybody gets that opportunity to play.
Certainly we do. And now is the time where we're really setting up. Give the Gift of Sport is what sets us up for a really successful 2026. And that's where your donation comes in. Now, I understand that this time of year is expensive for people, and maybe you don't have the large dollar amount that you think will make a difference. What we're also asking is come check out our website at Kidsport Manitoba and become a monthly donor. For $2 a month, you're still going to get a tax receipt in your 2026 tax year, but for $2 a month, you can make a difference today.
And how good would that feel? I mean, $2 a month, you can make that happen, and you're going to be changing lives with this gift. So again, it's just a matter of checking out the website?
Just check out the website, and just remember our provincial sponsors, Canada Life, ensure that your donation, 100% of your donation, are going to go right back to kids in Manitoba.
Love that. So a big thanks to the sponsors, and a big thanks to you for making sure that all kids can play.
This report is brought to you by Sport Manitoba, growing sport, wellness, and community. Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
The sun up now, not that we'll be seeing much of it today, so enjoy this little glimmer before it disappears behind those clouds. It's minus 25, but it feels like minus 36 with winds out of the southeast 20 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling, the humidity sitting at 70%. And I say that sun will be disappearing because another round of snow is moving in. I know we're just finally getting dug out from that last one, and it was clear overnight. It was also very cold. Those temperatures plummeted in the overnight hours, starting to make some gains now, but with those gains will come another round of snow. The clouds already beginning to build. We're seeing that snow off to the west of us, and that will be moving in along with some increasing winds. So blowing snow advisories are in effect through much of southern Manitoba. Falling snow, blowing snow as winds out of the southeast today gust to about 70 kilometers per hour. Now, it will be a milder day headed up to seasonal temperatures. Minus 11 is in fact normal for this time of year, but we are starting in the deep freeze. Now we'll get to those seasonal temperatures and only drop to minus 18 overnight, but those winds will continue. The falling snow will likely have tapered off by then, but because it will all be that fresh snow with those stronger winds still in place, shifting out of the north, blowing snow might still be a factor overnight. Now it begins to clear out for tomorrow. I shouldn't have covered that. Here, one more time. Clears out for tomorrow, minus 16. So seeing that improvement with those temperatures, and here we go, looking ahead throughout the rest of the weekend and for next week, minus 16 on Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, pretty much a carbon copy of each other. Brighter day, slightly cooler, and then another round of snow. This will kick off next week on Monday, but the temperatures, aside from Tuesday, will be a little bit milder, but we're also going to be seeing that snow off and on throughout the week.
We're learning another vehicle has gone through lake ice and the driver is still missing. RCMP say it happened Tuesday evening off the shore of Buffalo Point Marina on Lake of the Woods. A 71-year-old man is believed to have driven some 5 kilometers onto the lake in a side-by-side to check on a fishing shack. Mounties were unable to travel that far out due to conditions, but using a drone, they found tracks ending at a pressure ridge. They don't believe he made it out. That was the second vehicle to fall through the ice in our province on Tuesday. The other happened on Cedar Lake in eastern Manitoba. Water safety expert Christopher Love says so far this year, conditions have not been good for ice formation.
But that combination of high winds and snow on top don't allow ice to form really, really well. We want calm conditions that are in the range of like -10 to -20 Celsius and consistently cold like that for 2-3 days in a row to give you nice, strong, hard ice.
Love says you want to look for ice that looks new, clear, and a deep black or blue. However, he says to keep in mind ice is always unpredictable no matter the conditions. And letters to Santa are a big part of the holidays. Now, an Ontario couple just north of Toronto is helping to keep the joy of that tradition alive by making their front lawn the destination for those special messages. CTV's Adrian Gabriel has more.
On a country road north of Toronto, children from far and wide arrive with letters in hand, destined for the North Pole.
It's truly magical that they actually get the Santa's mailbox. Go this way, dear.
7 years ago, Melanie Provis and her husband began setting up a few modest Christmas decorations outside their family home.
We started with 2 lonely little reindeer. Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
Since then, they've added a few more.
About 30 plus blow-ups. This year, we have 30,000 lights.
A few years ago, they also added this red Santa's mailbox. A gaggle of children from the area began to arrive with letters for jolly old Saint Nick.
At first, I'd get maybe 20 letters, 30 letters.
That, too, has since grown in volume.
This year, I did over 200 letters.
Each batch of letters is sent to Santa, who replies back with a handwritten letter of his own.
In gold or silver sparkly ink, and they also get a little certificate that says they've been on the nice list.
Each letter offers a glimpse into the hearts and minds of the children who visit. Some of the kids share their wish list with Provis.
A lot of the kids ask for certain things. I had one little boy asking for his mommy to come back, that she had just passed away.
This time 2 years ago, Provis's brother unexpectedly died. He was also a big supporter of her Santa setup.
We have some decorations dedicated to him. I hope he sees them from heaven. Did the boys get their letters?
For Provis, her wish each Christmas is to share the magic of the season.
It fills your heart with joy with the world the way it is now. If you can make somebody happy and by a simple letter, why not?
A shining, selfless act that's brightening the lives of hundreds over the holidays. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Oh, everything's hitting me in the feels this morning. Taking a look out on the St. James Bridge, busy on the roadway there. Now, crews have been outside all around the clock clearing streets. Keep an eye out for them. Give yourself a little extra time if you're heading out today. If you have any traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us at 10400. And taking a look at your gas prices, the Canadian average stands out at $1.23. The provincial average is $1.17. In Winnipeg, the average is just below at $1.16, and the lowest price in the city is at $1.04 a liter. All this information is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
And for our question of the day, we asked, what's your favorite family photo from the holiday season? And Susan shared her daughter's family. Check them out there. That's from this year. Thank you so much, Susan, and enjoy the holidays. And CTV's Ainsley McPhail has been at Silo Mission all morning, learning about their holiday meal and the need for help here in our community. Good morning, Ainsley.
Thank you so much, Daniel. There's a lot that they do, everything from healthcare to providing meals and housing supports. Kristen Kennedy's joining us now to tell us all about making a house a home. And when it comes to transitional housing, you guys are doing just that.
Yeah, so we run the Transition Services Program. So we have lots of folks that we're working with from our shelter, other shelters around, to find housing and to make that housing last. So whether it's transitional housing, supportive housing, permanent housing, whatever it is, we're trying to find the right fit. And then we're trying to provide those supports as well in the long term. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like an easy process. What does it look like?
Yeah, so it looks like, for sure, like landlord partnerships. It looks like making sure that people have what they need, physical health, mental health, ID, like all the things that people need to make a house a home also. And so we're always looking for donations of things that we can help people set up their place to make it feel like home for them.
And that can really add up. Anybody who's moved or, found themselves in a new situation completely understands that. What are some maybe underrated items that if someone at home is watching, hey, I have an extra one of these, I can donate that?
Pots, pans, blankets, cleaning supplies. We're also looking for things that'll help people stay home in this cold weather. Of course, we just had that wild blizzard yesterday. And so we're looking for things like tablets, cell phones. We're looking for kind of anything that would help make people, feel like they can stay home and feel comfortable in their home.
And you've seen it firsthand, I'm sure. What does that feel like for them?
Oh, it's everything for them, right? Like to come from carrying everything you own on your back to having like a space that's theirs. I've, been here for 13 years and seen it hundreds of times where, you can see people just relax. And sometimes it takes a while to get used to being housed and those kinds of things, but we're there along for the journey for the long term.
Thank you so much. This is such an important conversation. Silo Mission doing such incredible things in our community. Their Christmas meal being served today, breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody who watches our show. We'll see you after Christmas. We're not going to air next week, but happy holidays once again.
Happy holidays, Ainsley and cameraman Kenny. Thank you so much for everything you do for this show. And Terry, everything you do up on the roof, keeping us in the loop on what's happening around the city.
Yeah, yesterday was a day to have to keep you in the loop, although today isn't going to be a whole lot better. It's just going to be different. We're starting out in the deep freeze. Those temperatures plummeted overnight, and we dropped as low as -29, but thankfully it's starting to warm up. We're now sitting at -25 with just some clouds over us. I know yesterday was that full-out snow globe effect, although we could be seeing that later today. It feels like -36 if you're factoring in that wind, which is out of the southeast right now, 20 kilometers per hour, and that seems like just a light and moderate wind. But that'll be increasing throughout the day today. The pressure falling and the humidity sitting at 70%. We could, in fact, be expecting winds up to 70 kilometers per hour. And the snow is coming. We're already seeing it on the satellite image throughout southwestern Manitoba. It's going to be tracking further into the southeastern part. So with the falling snow and the winds, blowing snow will be an issue today. And Environment Canada has gone ahead and issued blowing snow advisories all across southern and central Manitoba. For northern Manitoba, the northeast anyway, up around the Gillam area, it's an extreme cold warning for you. Wind chill value is in those mid to high -40s, so you need to take all the extra precautions today. It is going to get better. We'll see improvements with those temperatures climbing to a seasonal high of -11 this afternoon here in Winnipeg. But like I said, the conditions this afternoon, a little bit dicey with the snow and blowing snow expected. We're taking a break right now, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather brought to you by Blinds Are Beautiful, helping your home get holiday ready with blinds from Hunter Douglas.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas has a special place among holiday traditions, including here on CTV Your Morning Winnipeg. The poem was first published in 1823, yet it still captures the excitement, mystique, and joy of Christmas. And we're honored to welcome back our dear friend Ron Robinson to keep this tradition alive this morning.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday on objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled, and he shouted, and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle and mount to the sky, so up to the housetop of his coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." The end.
Thank you so much, Ron. Concerning new research out of Simon Fraser University has found 1 in 4 teens in British Columbia have experienced disordered eating or body image issues. And as CTV's Martin McMahon reports, there's a major link with social media.
We've all seen the videos on our social media feeds promising major weight loss through supplements, exercises, or diets, often over incredibly short timelines. But new research from Simon Fraser University highlights a link with eating disorders.
Almost 1 in 4 young people surveyed across the province of British Columbia had experienced signs of disordered eating. That is a very high proportion of young people. One of our other key findings was that the more social media young people consumed, the higher their risk of having signs of disordered eating.
Those who support those dealing with eating disorders have already been seeing the connection.
Social media by itself doesn't cause eating disorders, but it really intensifies any existing vulnerability that someone's experienced, especially for teens who are questioning their changing bodies, their identities, their sense of self.
The study found certain groups were at higher risk.
More than 40% of young people who were gender diverse or identified as sexual minorities experienced signs of disordered eating, compared to about 9% of boys who identified as straight.
The research is being shared during this Christmas and holiday season, when eating is often central, which can be a stressful time for those dealing with body image issues.
Try to stay away from any body-based comments. Even compliments can be triggering for someone. If you say, "Oh, wow, you look so good, you've lost weight," that for someone with an eating disorder can actually encourage them to lean into those behaviors.
As for potential solutions beyond individual families making decisions around device or app use, Samji says we should watch to see how Australia's social media ban for those under 16 plays out. Martin McMahon, CTV News, Vancouver.
All right, it is looking so much better than yesterday morning. I mean, those streets have been addressed by the snow clearing crews, and it doesn't look like a full-out snow globe when you glance outside. Things will be changing, though, over the course of the day. And while it did clear out overnight, those temperatures plummeted, so we ended up in the deep freeze, and we're still climbing out of that. It's minus 25 right now, but it feels like minus 36 with winds out of the southeast 20 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling, and the humidity is sitting at 70%. So yes, it does look better out there right now. It certainly doesn't feel better with these frigid temperatures, although the only part of the province under an extreme cold warning is the far northeast around Gillam. Most of southern Manitoba, it is a blowing snow advisory that we're dealing with this morning, and there you can see the snow beginning to move in. Across northern Manitoba, yes, it's going to be cold, but here in the northeast, it's going to be a little bit clearer. So while you might enjoy some sunshine, make sure that you're well bundled up because you've got wind chill values this morning in those mid to high minus 40s. Heavier clouds will be building up throughout the rest of the north, and anyone along that western border can expect to see some precipitation moving through, and not just snow, but I mentioned those winds, so snow and blowing snow and perhaps some near zero visibility in places. But the mercury, even though we're starting in the deep freeze, will be on the rise, headed to a seasonal high of minus 11 for later on this afternoon. Northwestern Ontario clear right now, but you too can expect those stormy conditions later today. Well, today we'll get up to the seasonal values. It will be clearing out for the weekend, and as it does, those temperatures dropping off just a couple of degrees. But next week we're seeing some slight improvements with the temperatures. However, expect another couple of rounds of snow as we continue throughout next week. We're taking a break, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Top arrangements provided by Lacoste Garden Center. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon.
Well, if we haven't got you in the holiday spirit yet, maybe these videos will help. Mexico City has switched on the lights in its main square. Shocker, it's their Christmas lights. Hundreds of people came out for the formal lighting. The displays include lit up poinsettias, colorful piñatas, and a giant lit up tunnel.
Very pretty.
Ooh, I like that. Now to some sisters who are polar opposites when it comes to dressing for the holidays.
I'm ready for Christmas. I'm so ready for Christmas.
Now, Mom told them to come in their holiday best. Sister 1 chose a nice knit and skirt, while Sister 2 chose to be a Christmas tree with presents for shoes. Which one would you be?
I love that. Totally the Christmas tree.
Now, this family
More room
never...
for Christmas baking, right? You can't even tell in a costume like that.
The family never knows what to expect from the youngest and loves the chaos that comes along with her. My family would say the same about me. I'm the youngest and a little bit chaotic. And now, what would you say if your taxi pulled up, and that's an important part of the holiday season, of course, getting around safely, and this guy was behind the wheel? That's right. Jefferson Castro decorated his taxi to look like a sleigh, including plastic reindeers and lights.
Oh my goodness.
Of course, he's dressed up as the Grinch.
Charge me double.
We wish you a safe and happy holiday season, and we will see you back here on December 29th.